Hey Indianapolis Motor Speedway fans, Doug Boles here with you again for a little bit of Behind the Bricks. I'm excited to be with you on this one because this is something that's really important to the facility, to me, and to all of you. Today, we're gonna see how that big image that goes on the back of the Pagoda when somebody wins the Indy 500, or like yesterday, when Bubba Wallace won the Brickyard 400 presented by PPG. And we'll also tell you about how it started and a really cool story I have related to Dan Weldon. Let's go check it out. So I'm here in the graphics shop outside of Turn 3 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm with Kyle Knight, who runs all of the signage around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Not just what we're going to talk about here today, but signage generally. You do thousands of signs here every year.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
But this is the one where we got to turn it around like right away.
Yeah, we tend to be on pins and needles, waiting for the art files to come through. As soon as we get them, they hit the machine, and we hit the Pagoda.
It's pretty cool. So we just literally yesterday, Bubba Wallace crosses the yard of bricks, wins the Brickyard 400 presented by PPG. Kyle gets with Ian Bartlett on our team, putting things together. He gets you the graphics.
Of course.
And then do you have any input in that to make sure it's going to fit in the way that you want to print it?
We tend to go out ahead of time, especially these big projects that, high traffic areas, really important. We know our templates, we know the sizes. We hand all that stuff over to the creative department, and they usually do a great job of getting everything sized out and set up.
So this is Connor's from winning on Saturday. But so where do things take place now in here, in the shop? Where do you go next? The printer right over there?
Yes, of course.
That's a pretty big printer.
Yes, very large footprint, which is why we tucked it away in a corner to make the most of the space here. So currently, the artwork sent over by Ian is queued up, has been sent over on the printer. It's ready to go right now. Are we ready to see it move?
Yeah, I'd love to see it move. So, but this is the size of what it's going to be, or is it?
No, this is a larger substrate size.
Okay.
It will take up the majority of it, though.
It's
about 30 inches by 90.
Yep.
Of
Right.
course.
Yeah, let's see how this thing goes.
Simple as throwing it into remote. Gotta warm up our ink here.
And how long does this process take to print something this large?
Even with a higher pass count, which kind of increases the visual quality, this should only take about 15 to 16 minutes.
And is there a drying time, or is it ready to go as soon as it comes off the printer?
It is cured immediately with UV light that is on the print head. It'll lay down a strip of ink and immediately cure it with a UV light that follows behind. That vacuum motor is extremely loud. There's a lot of tiny little holes in here. Think a reverse air hockey table.
So how many times is it going over the same location?
With these, I increase it to 16 pass. That'll go past the same spot 16 times before it moves on to the next row. Now it's doing a lot of those simultaneously,
right.
So it still moves pretty quick. The pass count essentially just gives you richer color and a more vibrant image.
So we're standing on the steps on the south side of the Pagoda, and in 2011 for the Brickyard weekend, I was literally here with Dan Weldon. Dan didn't have a full-time ride that year. He was here to help us promote the Brickyard, and as we're walking down these steps, he looked over to the left and he saw that image of him against the Pagoda, the image that Bubba Wallace will have up there coming up starting today, and he looked at me and he said, "Doug, take my picture of me with me." And I have this really cool picture on my cell phone that I had of Dan Weldon pointing at Dan Weldon here. Now you can see Kyle and the team are here. They're getting ready to get everything set up here. Kyle Larson's been up here for a year, and the next year this is going to be Bubba Wallace, and Connor Zilch is going to be right over there. So Kyle, we ready to go? This is a kind of a process, but you've got a system down to get this done.
Certainly, yeah. So 4 volts, old driver comes out, new driver goes in. Quick and simple.
And this rotates.
It slides out just
Yep.
like a door frame.
Yep.
There's a slot in the back to hold everybody in place. Yeah, 1 out, 1 in. Easy. Come on, Kyle. Mr. Larson.
So there you have it. A fun tradition here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Our winning drivers live for a year right here on the Pagoda at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So next time you're here, you'll see how it's done and how quickly Kyle and his team turn it around so we can celebrate those amazing moments here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Until next time, we're Behind the Bricks.